Hi, I'm Romaine, and I'm here with my friend Harold from drumxound, and we're here to talk about music and drums and the kind of things I guess that I've been working on and things I used to work on and are still working on. I grew up in the New York, New Jersey area, and influenced by a lot of different kinds of music. I guess the very first big gig I got when I was in my 20s was with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, which lasted about 7 or 8 months until I got called to audition for Steve Morse. For those of you who don't know Steve Morse, he's a pretty influential guitar player and composer of the band Dixie Dregs, currently plays with Deep Purple. I got called to play with him after his previous drummer, Rod Morgenstein, very famous drummer and a great friend, was busy with Winger. So I started playing with Steve. He had a big deal with MCA Records back in the day, and my first CD I did with him was Southern Steel, and that sort of started off a whole nother part of my career as far as touring and getting lots of publicity, doing records with Steve, which led to records with some other people. Another side note is Steve's a pilot, so we flew almost everywhere in his twin Cessna, 6 seats. Either Dave LaRue, the bass player, or I would sit in the front seat and with the headphones on. Anyway, pretty interesting way to see my country and Canada, which was his main market. I don't know, a lot of people consider Steve Morse's music, whether it's jazz or fusion, it's very eclectic, you know. It rocks hard, but it's also very sensitive, has a lot of classical influences, and it's very rewarding as far as from a drumming standpoint and a musical standpoint. But I've always also had this other side to me, which is I love great songs, and I'm not really waving any kind of patriotic flag for fusion or anything like that. I just love music that moves me, and pop music moves me. Some jazz, some electric jazz, almost all R&B, a lot of rock and roll. It all moves me. So I've started to work with a bunch of different other pop things. One of the things of the big hip hop records I played on was Naughty by Nature's OPP, like doing drum loops for rap records, which turned into a whole nother kind of thing. Jumping ahead a little bit to 1998, I got called to play drums with Nena. And if you're from the United States in 1998, I knew who Nena was because I'm 50 years old now. and But I wasn't sure what her career was, what was happening with her career, because I knew she was still doing things in Germany. But one thing led to another, and I played drums with her for a tour. The next year she asked me to become her musical director, which is the first time I got asked to be a musical director for anybody. But it enabled me to get more involved with writing music with her, arranging the music for live shows, and learning how to hire the right people for her. Not my friends that I like to hang out with, but people that would connect with her. And that in itself has turned into another part of my career as far as the MD thing. So Nena's career has done really well since then. I'm actually sitting here in Frankfurt. We're going to play a show tonight for a lot of people, I guess. and But in the middle of Nena's, I guess about 2001, I got asked to audition for Enrique Iglesias. It was right after 9/11, and I auditioned for Enrique. I got the gig, and the first performance I did with Enrique was a tribute to the heroes. It was a tribute to the heroes of 9/11, people that lost their lives, and me being from New York had very special meaning to me. And Enrique's song Hero is actually took on a whole nother life after that tragic event, which is unfortunate. However, it catapulted his career, and I became really busy with him. So now I was working with Steve Morse and Enrique and Nana, trying to juggle those three things. Um, and in the last 2 years, Enrique asked me to be his musical director. I really share the responsibility with another producer of his that's on the road. This guy, Carlos Picar, who's an awesome producer, an awesome MD. I'm more in charge of finding talent, hiring them, and then we both work on the creative thing together. So right now it's kind of jumping between Steve Morse and Nana and Enrique. I actually haven't been able to do anything for a while with Steve Morse due to these other pop tours, but we're doing a 7-week tour with Joe Satriani in September, and I can't wait to do that. It's going to be so much fun. Just I love to be able to do different kinds of music, and I love pop music as much as I like doing Steve Morse's thing, but I miss the other ones when I don't do it for a long time. So.